just got a massive reveal for Pokemon's 30th celebration anniversary set, including a leak of all the classic cards that are going to be released, like the OG Charizard, the Crystal Lugia, Gengar Prime, and so many more awesome classic arts. And this video is going to cover all of it, so make sure you watch all the way to the end so you can get up to date with all of the information that just released. But real quick, make sure you like the video, subscribe with notifications on, and leave a comment down below how you feel about this reveal. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is June 1st, and we got the reveal for Pokemon's 30th celebration. There's going to be the set they released to celebrate their 30th anniversary. This set is going to be releasing worldwide on September 16th. Okay, so that means not just Japanese. Every country, every language is going to be a simultaneous release across the world. And just like with the 25th anniversary, they are going to have a special little Pikachu stamp with the 3-0 for the 30th celebration on the cards. Now, one of the things that we can see here is they are putting a gold foil around the cards on the Japanese versions. At least the artwork that they revealed right now, these look like the standard kind of corners, the outside border for the English. The Japanese version is getting this very special kind of hollow gold flickers around the border. I think it's a very nice touch. I personally really enjoyed that over just kind of the standard that we've had in the English. I don't, however, love the little Pikachu stamp. I didn't love it for the 25th anniversary. I don't love it for this either. There are a lot of arts in this set that I think that is going to kind of ruin, but you gotta have some way to know that it's from the 30th anniversary, so I get it, I understand it, it's just not personally my favorite. On top of that, we know that all booster packs are going to have 6 cards. There will be 5 foil cards and then a foil basic energy. Every pack is also going to have a Pikachu in it. You're guaranteed a Pikachu in every single pack. There are 30 different Pikachus, obviously, for the 30th anniversary. So you have an entire set where every card is hollow and every pack is a guaranteed Pikachu. Down here, you can see some more of the artworks that are going to be featured. Obviously, we don't have all 30 yet, but every one of these Pikachus is illustrated by a different artist. So they all have their own different style. You've got the goofy Pikachu here. You've got the cute Pikachu out in the forest. You've got happy Pikachu here. There's going to be 30 different of these Pikachus to collect anytime they do promo Pikachus. Everybody loses their mind. But again, you can kind of see all of the different versions of the Pikachus that we're going to be getting in this set. I like that every card is going to be hollow. I like that there's a guaranteed Pikachu. The reason for that is it keeps the demand lower because it's going to be easier to get these Pikachu as opposed to trying to pull them along with all the other chase cards as well. I just think it's a nice touch. Also, they give you the number of the Pikachu in each one of the down here. You have the number of the set to the left like normal, and there's going to be the numbering of which Pikachu it is, so it will be kind of a little bit easier to know what Pikachus you're still missing. Now, for another thing I'm not a huge fan of, I made a video before when they first initially leaked the Mew and the Mewtwo for the new rare. The new rare is going to be called the futuristic rare. It is the FUR, so FU for future, and then obviously the rare. These, they had kind of concept art leaked before, and I made a video about that, like I said. This is almost like a one-to-one translation. I thought it was kind of more of like a symbolic as opposed to like the actual thing. This is what the cards themselves look like. Obviously, this is not the physical card. This is a scan of what the art is going to be. However, I am not a huge fan because it's essentially like a blank background. So yet again, we have it is an ultra rare style, a full art style where it is the Pokemon taking up the full art of the card, with no real background, energy, environment, no story, no nothing. It's just kind of the Pokemon. You have a little rainbow-ish stamp over here. I'm sure that will be, you know, reflective and hollow, and that'll be cool. And I do like the hollow spec. The foiling is throughout the entire card again. I like that too. We don't show this in the English version. We know the Japanese tend to have a little bit more of that detail in the actual hollow of the cards. I'm just not a huge fan of the way that these cards look. I thought that they were potentially going to be giving us something a little bit cooler than this. Again, we don't know what these cards look like directly. We're going to have to see what the card looks like physically in your hands, the depth on the card, how it reflects and shines, if there's anything special about it in that way. Just from the concept art, these scans right here, it's not my favorite. We currently have 3 known Pokemon that are going to be featured in this futuristic rare. Mew Mewtwo, and then Pikachu. We obviously don't have the Pikachu here shown yet. But for something that I was very excited for with the possibilities and the potentials of a new rare, I still would much rather prefer an SIR for my favorite Pokemon. The current quality of the SIRs are just so good. They're so unreal. If one of the Pokemon that I loved got this futuristic rare as opposed to an SIR, I would be a little bit disappointed because this just isn't doing it for me. But you can let me know if you disagree down below. Another thing that we know is every single legendary Pokemon is going to be featured in this set. Some of them are going to have new artworks, and obviously there's going to be other just new artworks in general. Lapras is not a legendary Pokemon, but you have a very gorgeous, beautiful new artwork for Lapras coming right here. Some of them are going to be getting new artworks, and then some of them are going to have old rehashes of like classic cards, and we'll show those here in a second. This Zorua, pretty cool. I like this Lycanroc as well. And then you have like just a little Sleepy Umbreon, Sleepy Espeon, right? Just a couple of different of the fan favorites. This is some of the new cards that we're going to be getting. We obviously don't see the full card itself, but you can see the little Pikachu stamp in the corner of these cards. These will be some of the legendary Pokemon, their artworks, and then I'm going to show you the classic ones right now. So like I showed in the beginning, we have the 30 of the classic cards that are going to be featured in this set. Again, everything is themed around 30. This was either intentionally or unintentionally leaked, but we do know the 30 cards from across all of Pokemon's history. Obviously, we have the just standard Pikachu and the standard OG Charizard. Misty from Gym Heroes, there's a couple of cards that were included because they were staples of the actual TCG, which apparently this Erika's Jigglypuff was like a big thing back in the OG TCG. I didn't play back when I was a kid, so I don't necessarily know the TCG side of it. I do know that things like this Lugia is a massive, massive chase card. It's a fantastic art. Really like the e-reader old style of these cards. Really cool Pokemon that's going to be getting featured. Again, all of these cards will have the 30th anniversary stamp on it, so just keep that in mind. They're not direct reprints, but Crystal Lugia, really, really cool. We have a Dark Tyranitar coming, another really sick Pokemon here. We have the Scizor from Unseen Forces. Pokemon just had such cool cards back in that, way back in that generation back there. The Palkia level X is going to be here, as I mentioned. The Gengar Prime, another famous Pokemon. Everybody loves him. Big chase card right there. We have a Full Art N. I saw people in the comments were very excited about that. Rayquaza coming through the screen. I think this is, again, a sick art. Super excited about a reprint for that. Mega Gardevoir. We have the Pikachu and Zekrom, which was another big, big chase card. Really cool artwork right there. We have a new... essentially new card. It's not necessarily a classic, but we have the Magikarp. This is one of the cards that I think that stamp is going to kind of ruin. Putting that big Pikachu stamp right here, I feel like is going to really take away from what makes this card so awesome, and that is obviously the beauty and the awesomeness of the actual art itself. Stamp, I'm not super excited for, but these are the 30 classic cards, and as we mentioned, this set is going to feature every single legendary Pokemon. But if we take a look over at this list here, of all the legendary Pokemon that are available, you can see there are a lot of them that are not covered. Obviously, we don't have the Ho-Oh yet. We don't have a Kyogre, a Groudon. We don't have Reshi. We don't have a Giratina. So is Giratina going to get a new art? Undetermined. We don't know. It could just be a standard ultra, like a regular rare or an uncommon or something. There's no guarantee that every single one of these cards is getting like a great artwork. But there are some really, really famous Pokemon that are not featured the classic list, and they are not featured in some of the new arts that we have. So there's still a lot that we don't know as far as these legendary Pokemon right here and how they are going to appear in the set. We just know there will be a Giratina. We obviously saw the Palkia. There will be a Dialga. We saw the Rayquaza. Mewtwo has its own, new rarity that's coming. Likely that will be the only card Mewtwo gets. We saw the Lugia, no Ho-Oh, no Kyogre, no Groudon, no Reshi, no Zygarde. They could just reprint the Zygarde that just came out. You never know, but it is something exciting to at least theorize about. Think about as the upcoming, as we get closer to it, do we get a new Giratina card that is, even with these stamps, something that's really cool and something to chase. Already super excited about Charizard because I don't have one, and even the anniversaries either. This Lugia is fantastic, and you could finally have like a cheap way to get it as opposed to having to buy them back there. The Gengar, that Rayquaza, if you don't have the Magikarp already, maybe this is a cheaper way to get the Magikarp. Pikachu and Zekrom. So many great classic cards, and then the potential for even more great cards coming through the legendaries that we know that are not yet featured in any way. But luckily, since this is coming out on September 16th, we do not have too much longer to go. We're about 3 months out at this point. Like I said, it is June 1st. We're 3 months away from September, so we are right around the corner. Hopefully, as we get closer to that, we will get the rest of the reveals of all of the cards, all the secret rares, everything's going to be in this set. Probably not until like maybe 2 weeks or so out from it, but it is a simultaneous release, so it's not like we have to wait too long. We're not getting the Japanese first and waiting for the English. It all comes out at the same time, so save up now because this is obviously going to be an incredibly sought after product as all of the anniversary celebrations are. And like I said, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about all of this. Are you excited for it? Or do you hate the little stamp like I do? Just let me know your thoughts. I respond to every comment, so thank you guys. And I appreciate you watching all the way to the end. Thank you so much. On the screen right now are a couple videos that are going to be recommended to you from YouTube. If you want to watch more of my content, please click on them. And like I said, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys all very much. I hope you have a great day and good luck catching them all.